Okay, something different today. We've been showing you model kits and some die cast and everything else, but we've just had shipments in from Calmbach and AK. Now I'm going to show you a bit about AK in a minute, but I want to show you some books that we've just received in. So these will be of interest. There's also a couple of other brands as well. This is all from Calmbach. This is some of their newer ones. Some of the detail in it is seen before, but there are new articles in there as well. This one's all about modelling World War II in the Pacific. So it's all based on the ships and armour and aircraft and everything else. All items that were served in the Pacific. So that's quite a good one. For people just getting into airbrushing or want to know a bit more about airbrushing, this is their other book. This has been a classic around for some time. It's been updated with some of the new techniques and a few other bits and pieces, but the basics remain the same, and it's a really, really good book to read if you're just getting into airbrushing or if you want to try different techniques and things like that. It works with 2 or 3 different airbrushes, I think, so it does give you a guide, but essentially the basics are the same, so that's quite a good book to pick up. We had the Pacific, now we've got Europe. So you've got Modelling World War II in Europe. So again, same sort of principle as the Pacific one, lots and lots of detail, lots and lots of information about painting, weathering, there's aircraft there. What do we got here? There's some armour, the landing craft, riveting, all about how to do riveting, ships, scratch building. There's lots and lots of information in there. It's worth reading through even for the articles that sort of really go to town if you're not that way inclined as yet, but there's some good articles in that one. For the aircraft modelers, we've got Just Modelling Aircraft. Again, this has been updated from their previous ones. Again, it's just, there's all sorts of things. How to do rigging, how to do weathering, how to do, there's just some nice stuff in that. Actually, that was a Australian Navy Gannet. So there you go. So that's a bit different. Australia made it into it. So yeah, look, so there's even doing some military transports and stuff like that. Again, it talks about a little bit about airbrushing, cleaning up, setting up, all the rest of it. Nice book. Now, from AK, we've had a few new restocks from them as well. This one is just on wrecked aircraft. So if you're looking to do dioramas and things like that, or even just some weathering techniques, these are great books. They've got lots and lots of photos and articles and information on how to do various techniques, basically all based on using AK products, of course, but AK is not necessarily one that necessarily says, oh, you have to use all our products, because sometimes they don't make a product and they suggest, there's even a little crop duster there. Look at that. So this is all aircraft that have crashed or left to rust or whatever. So there's even there's techniques you can apply to other aircraft, or not necessarily just wrecked aircraft, but that's quite nice. That's just come back in. This is an updated version. This is, they call it the US edition. This is a very, very good book. I found this to be one of those books that becomes invaluable over the years. It's a book you keep forever because there's lots of different techniques. It's all based on AK, but again, sometimes they do indicate using other products. This is all about just scar modelling, getting started in scar modelling. There's lots of features about scale, about paints and things like that, tools, what tools they recommend, using clamps, airbrushes, weathering tools. There's just all sorts of things all the way through it. And then they go into actually paint and how to work with it and how to use it. So that's all fairly good. Paint brushes, how to look after them, when to use it, things like that. So that's all pretty cool. And then there's just some more little bit techniques and things like that in it as well. This is quite a good book. Again, if you're just getting started in modelling, this is another great book to pick up. Okay, couple more that we've just received in. This is from Sam Publications. This is the next in their series of aircraft. This is the F-15 Eagle. If you know this series, you know what to expect. If you don't know the series, these series of books do articles. They'll do a whole spiel on the history of the aircraft, lots of photos, operators, who used them, all that sort of thing, all the special schemes, any special aircraft. Then they'll have colour guides and all that sort of stuff. Then they have a section on building, about 6 or 7 different models and built by different people. So you can see different people's techniques and what they use and all the rest of it. Then there's a bit more photos. Then they'll go into parts of the aircraft, and then they'll have scale drawings. And then usually in somewhere in there as well, oh, there's the kit guide. So that tells you what kits are available and how long, what they've been, and all the accessories and decals and a few more photos. Quite a nice book. If you're looking for a good reference on the F-15 Eagle and building the model kits, that's a great one to have. And last but not least, this is part of the new series. This is the Model Aircraft Extra. This is just done by Andy Evans. This is building the Thunderbolt. This is number 7. They've done 109 and all sorts of things. So if you're collecting the series, this one's just come out. Again, not as detailed probably as the one I showed you before, but still enough that you can play around with it. But it's more to do with actually building different brands and different scales of Thunderbolt. So it's probably more detailed in that sense. So if you're going to build some Thunderbolts and you want to know the best one, or what's the best technique, or some add-ons and things like that, that's another great book to pick up. So other than that, have a great day. Take care. See you later.